Hi everyone, welcome back to Scrapbooks Made Easy with Beth. Today I'm using Serene Waters and wanted to show you a fun layout using the Serene Waters and some embellishments. First thing you're going to do is take your design paper and again pay attention to the orientation of the paper. You're going to take your first sheet and you're just going to cut off 1 inch. And then we only want it 11 inches. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the whole thing. And then I'm just gonna turn it and cut off my 1 inch. And then the second part of this is you're going to turn your paper and now you're going to cut it at 5 inches. And then 5 inches again. And this will be a leftover strip that you will not be using. So I'm just gonna set that aside. I might be able to use it another time. Then you're gonna take your second, this is going to be what I make my mats out in 1 strip. So again, I'm gonna do 1 by 11. So I'm gonna cut the 12 inches and then just turn it, since I don't need it, and cut that little 1 inch square off. And now I'm going to use this to cut mats, and I'm gonna do one 4.5 by 2 3/4, one 5.5 by 4, and one 6.5 by 4.5. So since the longest one I need is 4.5, I am just gonna go ahead and cut that one first. So 4.5 by 6.5. So I've got 4.5 and now I've got 6.5. Now I need one that's 5.5 by 4. So that's 5.5. Right at the end of the trimmer is 5.5. And I want it to be by 4. So I'm going to cut that little strip off. And now I want this one to be 4.5 by 2 3/4. So I'm gonna cut the 2 3/4. And I'm gonna come down to the 4. You can line up the white with the edge there and cut up. And then again, I want this to be 4 inches. So I'm gonna do the same thing again. Line up where I cut it. And then I have a nice big chunk of paper to use on another page. All right, then I want to take one more designer paper and I am going to cut just a couple of little strips on that. And I think for that, I am going to use the blue. I really like this blue. So I want to cut 1 inch off the bottom and then set that aside. And then I want 4 by 11. So you can see that's 11. By 4, and then I'm going to do it again. So another 4 by 11. And then I want 2 4 by 4s. So that should be 4 because I cut 2 4s off already. And I'm only going to use 2 of these, but of course the 2 cuts is going to give me 3. So this one will be extra. Remember, I've already cut an inch off of that. And now we just want to build our pages. So what I'm going to do here is these 2 that I cut off are going to be in the middle and centered. Pay attention to your pattern. Make sure it's going the same way. And these 2 long ones that I cut, you could use either side. I like the blue. Therefore, I'm going to put the blue up, and you're going to see it's not going to go all the way to the edge. That's okay. I like it that way. And if you line them up, then you can make sure you line these up too. And you're going to take your long strips that you cut. I'm actually going to put those right here. So I'm going to put that one there first. I like the blue next to that one. And then again, you can use both sides. I like the orange because it pops this orange out. Those will go right next to it. Now I can put my strip on. So that one will go there. Then I have my mats. I'm gonna take one of the big ones that I made, the biggest one, and I'll put that there. You can overlap, just depends on what you like. I think I'm gonna have mine go up a little bit so more of the blue shows at the bottom. It's okay if it overlaps that a little bit. Then remember this one's a little bit smaller. I will line them up on this side and that gives you a little bit there. And then I have a long one that I'll put there. I've been using a lot of 4x4 photos. This one there, again, decide what side you like. It's gonna be a mat, so it doesn't matter. And then this one, I'm gonna put as a diamond here, and I could make that a journal box, or I can make it whatever I want. And the Serene Waters embellishments are adorable. So you can add a couple of little embellishments by the lake. I would only put a little bit of adhesive on that until you have your photos on. You could put the just add water and then write your day, write what happened, where you were. And then this is a nice big spot for some extra embellishments or stickers, whatever you want. You could put another photo there. So let's see if we put a little bit of greenery down here. Could put the bird there or a fish. I would put the word relax and then write a little story about my day at the lake. You could add some more embellishments around in a title, whatever you want to do. But super cute, super easy, and I hope you enjoyed it. Again, that's Serene Waters.